Merry Christmas, everybody. Huge Merry Christmas to you guys. Enjoy this day, making a video for you. So while you're opening those presents, hanging out with the family, eating some food, and scarfing down as much as humanly possible, enjoy this little video here for you. We're going to cover the Lions versus the Cowboys. The line came out. Lions are massive underdogs in this game, as expected. We're going to get off playoff seeding, where the Detroit Lions could be. We're going to go through the scenarios for the number 2 and 1 seed. Lions can't get worse than number 3 seed. Dan Campbell getting honored by the Denver Broncos. We're going to talk about it. Playing well is the Detroit Lions right now at the right time, and Lions are on the rise. Let's go. If you're a fan of the Detroit Lions, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now. Look, we do Lions content even on Christmas Day. That is what it's for, you guys. So go ahead, subscribe, hit that bad boy right now. Lions are big-time underdogs on Saturday. Right now, we're 6-point underdogs at Dallas Cowboys on Saturday, December 30, 8:15 primetime game. And Lions are undefeated on primetime. And guess what? They're really good under a dome. And guess what Dallas is? It's primetime in a dome. Lions always face the Cowboys tough. Now, look, I do agree that the Lions should be underdogs. 6 points, though. Real? For real? I think it should be probably a 3-point underdog. That's a little disgusting, if you ask me. A little bit of a poo-poo in the Detroit Lions here, especially with the Cowboys losing 2 straight. I understand that they're undefeated at the home, and that's why they should be favored. But by 6, you guys got to bet on this one. 52 points is actually the total over and under. I'll take the over. I think both teams are going to score quite a bit of points. I wouldn't be shocked if we get above a 60 burger in this game. So I got a question for you guys. Who wins the game on Saturday? Lions, put DET in the comment section, or DAL for the Dallas Cowboys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Playoff standings after the Lions win. And now this is going to change, obviously, after today. We got games today on Christmas Day. San Francisco 49ers are sitting up top. We got to root for the Baltimore Ravens to win that game. We'll talk about that in a second. Lions are sitting at the number 2 seed. They control their own destiny, folks. If the Lions win out, they will not get worse than the number 2 seed. Philadelphia Eagles sitting at 10-4. Again, if the Lions have the same records as the Philadelphia Eagles at the end of the season, the Lions have the tiebreaker. Yahoo for the Detroit Lions. Tampa Bay Buccaneers are securing that NFC South, and they're getting better, by the way. They're getting better, so it's going to be interesting to see Philadelphia or Dallas, who they play in that game. One of those teams is going to have to travel to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The way Tampa Bay is playing, folks, they may win that game. Dallas Cowboys is the 5th seed currently. Again, it could change in the next 2 games. LA Rams is sitting at 6. So that's that spot right there. So the Lions, if we stay this way, would face the Seattle Seahawks, the 7th seed. Minnesota and Green Bay is fighting their tail off to get into this bad boy, and it could still change. We got 3 games for some teams and 2 games left of the regular season. It all can completely change. But right now, secured for the playoffs is San Francisco 49ers. They are secured. The Detroit Lions are secure. Dallas and Philadelphia secure. The rest are not. But we're getting closer and closer. The Lions sit right now at the number 2 seed. And again, they control their own destiny. So if the Lions win out, the worst we're going to be is the number 2 seed. You go to Dallas and get the win, and you win at home versus Minnesota Vikings. Lions are good to go for sure. So look, that win at Minnesota was massive for the playoffs for the Detroit Lions. No matter what, they hold that number 2 seed right now, and the worst they get is number 3. So how's the 3 seeding? Well, no matter what, the Lions control their own destiny, so they will not get worse than the 3 seed. Lions are sitting at 3, so they clinched it already, but they can get up there to the number 2 and number 1. They did their part. So congratulations to Dan Campbell for that win. It means a lot. How about getting that number 2 seed? Again, the Lions, if they defeat the Dallas Cowboys and they defeat the Minnesota Vikings and the 49ers win 2 of their last 3 games, the Lions will be the number 2 seed. We need the 49ers, again, to lose 2 out of 3 games. And you say, oh, that's not possible. Actually, it is. But it's got to start today. Baltimore Ravens has got to get that win, and the LA Rams has got to get that win. Those are the 2 teams that got to win. We don't expect the Commanders to win that game. That's going to be a fall off. So we need for the number 1 seed, the Detroit Lions need the Ravens to lose 2 out of the 3 games remaining. And that's how you get that number 1 seed. Plus, the Detroit Lions got to win out. So, again, Lions defeat the Dallas Cowboys. The Lions defeat the Minnesota Vikings. The 49ers lose to the Ravens, lose the Rams. The Detroit Lions are sitting at the number 1 seed. That would be the case, and that's monumental, folks, for the Lions here to actually have a spot right now to have a bye and to be the number 1 seed. I fully expect still that the 49ers get that number 1 seed. I'm going to keep it 100 with you. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to BS you. I still think that the 49ers get it. Why do I think they get it? Because, again, the odds of them losing 2 out of 3 games seems unlikely. It really does. But if you want the Rams to not be in the playoffs or to reduce their odds, you want the Baltimore Ravens then to win tonight. Because, look, if the 49ers win, they may rest their starters versus the Rams game. But if they lose tonight, they're not going to rest their starters. So there's a lot of implications coming up here. So question again, who wins this game on Saturday? Massive game for the Lions. DET for the Detroit Lions. DAL for the Dallas Cowboys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. As we continue on here, look, what I love about the Lions win yesterday is it makes this Dallas game, the Lions can do anything. I'm not even stressed. I expect the Lions to lose this game. I do expect them to be underdogs, right? So when you're expecting to lose and when your team is already secured a division, guess what you can do that makes winning possible? You play loose, you play free, you play with I don't care mentality, and you throw the kitchen sink. And that's what they're going to do on Saturday. The Lions fans, we don't have to be stressed. I'm not going to be stressed at all for this game. The coaching staff don't have to be stressed. Just go ahead and throw the kitchen sink. Do things that you may not regularly do in a game because you've already got the division clinched and you're underdogs. So when you have all that together and you're traveling, you can play free. That's what I love about the Lions win versus Minnesota Vikings is they can play free for this Dallas game. And that's what you want this football team to do. You really, really do. And the Detroit Lions right now, they are playing absolutely well. They are. I've talked about this, that every team in the NFL, they go through a rough patch, right? There's rough patches that teams go through. San Francisco did it in the middle of the season. They lost 3 games. But from there, they have been winning in a dominating fashion. So they had a rough patch, the best team in the NFL, right? The Baltimore Ravens had a little bit of a rough patch, and they're probably the best team in the AFC. They're probably going to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. The Philadelphia Eagles is going through a rough patch right now. The Dallas Cowboys is going through a rough patch right now. Detroit already went through their rough patch. Now it's winning streak. Now it's playoff push time. Okay, it doesn't matter how you start the NFL season. It doesn't matter the middle of the NFL season. It all depends on how you finish an NFL season. Will the Lions finish strong? Right now they're in a 2-game win streak. They go to Dallas. If they get a win there, that would be monumental. No one's expecting them to win, which is fine, but it's monumental. So that right now they're doing well. Look, in 2007/8, the New York Giants, they were the 6th seed. They went all the way and beated the New England Patriots in the Super Bowl. They played the Patriots in the regular season. I believe it was the final game, and they lost that game, but they played them really hard. It's not how you start, it's how you finish, and they got on a roll. The Detroit Lions can get on a roll. Any team can get on a roll, for that matter. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers right now is on a massive roll, right? And they're the NFC South. So we still have a shot at getting good seeds. We still have a shot to win the NFC North, or not the NFC North, but the NFC, and to get the number 1 seed. And the Lions are doing a good job. They absolutely are. And this is what makes me excited about this playoff push for the Detroit Lions. Are the teams you don't want to face? Absolutely. But guess what? The Lions are getting it done. They're absolutely getting it done. And so all they can do is win, win, win. It's a successful season right now. If you ask me right now, this is absolutely a successful season. They won the NFC North. They're going to host a playoff game, and we just go from there. You never know what's going to happen. The Lions, in my opinion, are just as good as the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys, if you ask me. They're just as good. People may not say that in the media. It doesn't matter. They're just as good, and they can beat those teams if it was at Ford Field. They can. Even if the Lions lose on Saturday at Dallas, Dallas not good on the road. You just don't know. So the Lions can do it. So again, who do you got winning this game? Do you got the Lions winning this game? Put DET. Do you got the Dallas Cowboys winning this game? DAL. Let me know in the comments below. Let's get into a little bit of Dan Campbell here, because if you're watching the game last night, you'll notice that he got some love. Russell Wilson called an audible, and it was really quiet, and everybody got to hear it. It says, Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell said, hold on. That's called respect, folks. Facing a 2nd and 10 in the midfield, this was last night's game, down 8 points, under 5 minutes remaining. Broncos quarterback Russell Wilson went to the line. After surveying the defense second, he called a new play in the offense. Let's go, Dan Campbell, Dan Campbell. Wilson barked out, and the play call couldn't have come better embodiment of the Detroit Lions football. A 2nd and long draw play earned the first down. You can check it out on Twitter right there. You have to imagine, and I agree here, that the Broncos head coach Sean Payton played a huge part in honoring Lions coach Dan Campbell's play. Campbell served as Payton's assistant, head coach, tight ends coach, New Orleans Saints 5 straight years. The Lions coach consistently credits Payton for becoming a head coach today. They love each other. You can listen, regardless of what you think of Sean Payton, those two love each other. And that's an absolute honor to Dan Campbell to literally have an audible play called Dan Campbell, and it's a long run draw for a first down, because we've seen them do this. You're seeing this Lions organization really get respect from other teams, with teams doing the same play calls as the Lions. Now they consistently go on 4th down because of Dan Campbell. You got play calls after the Lions head coach. And this is a reason, too, and I posted on Twitter, maybe a small reason, that he should be head coach of the year. You got freaking play calls after Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell has changed the NFL landscape, if you ask me. He has, of how teams operate. How many times can you say that the Lions have changed the landscape of the NFL? 0 times, but not anymore. The Lions are rubbing off on teams. People are taking notice. The teams want Ben Johnson as their head coach. You're seeing teams look at the Lions as how to operate a NFL franchise, how you draft, all of that. So shout out to the Denver Broncos. Shout out to Sean Payton for making that play call. Shout out to Russell Wilson for calling it. I appreciate it, man. I love the respect, and to me, that's a respect play call. So shout out to them. Folks, we're dropping videos every single day, even on Christmas, on New Year's Eve and New Year's, on my birthday. It doesn't matter. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss out. With that said, folks, adios.